When you used to decide where to eat out, you might have relied on the recommendation of a friend or a write-up in the paper, but in an increasingly digital world, there's suddenly a lot more opinions to choose from. Food bloggers, self-appointed experts who post restaurant reviews online, are becoming an increasingly powerful force in Western Australia, and they've got some top chefs feeling the heat. Claire Nichols has the story.
I take a photo of the food when it arrives and take it as quickly as possible before it goes cold and eat it straight away.
Because it's something I enjoy, it doesn't feel like a chore or an assignment.
Blogs suddenly open up a whole range of tiny restaurants and small places that would otherwise not get a lot of coverage, and people are reading them and going and seeking out these little places.
Meet WA's next generation of food trendsetters.
Very good.
Armed with a digital camera and a love of good food, these self-appointed critics have a lot to say about eating out in Perth, and a lot of people are listening.
How many people read your blog?
In the order of sort of 10,000 to 20,000 hits a month.
Having all these people follow me on Facebook and then interact and comment and recommend places, and yeah, I think that's what I like about it.
It's a bit surreal, I guess, but yeah, it makes me feel good that somebody's actually reading the blog and hopefully they have a good time from it.
LEONG is the food fanatic behind Libertine Eats, an online journal detailing places she's eaten at and meals she's cooked.
The salmon is really, really good.
An engineer by day, she started the blog 2.5 years ago as a way of prolonging the eating experience.
As a foodie, I guess, you can't eat limitless food, and blogging is a way of reliving the experience and retelling it to your readers, and that's the best part about it.
This is actually really good.
Liz SHEEHAN started her site, Breakfast in Perth, 3 years ago after spotting a gap in the blogosphere.
When you look for food reviews, you couldn't ever find anything for breakfast. It was all just lunch and dinner, so I thought I'd start a breakfast blog.
She tries to eat out once a fortnight, always documenting the experience online.
I'll take notes on my iPhone or get comments from people, or my friends will send me an email the day after. Take photos of the food, get everyone to take a photo of their dish, and then I write it up that afternoon or the day after.
Matt O'Donoghue's site, Abstract Gourmet, was one of the first food blogs in Perth. For him, it's been a life changer.
The blog became the reason that I would learn a new cooking technique, the reason I would go to a new restaurant, the reason I would buy cameras and do all that kind of stuff. The blog sort of turned into a life of its own.
The exposure from the website has seen him land professional writing gigs for food magazines. It even led him to meet his wife, who worked at a Spanish food store where he was shopping for ingredients.
And one day I went in there and Marcella was there. And I thought, okay, I need to come back here more often. So pretty much for the next 6 weeks in a row, I went back to that shop and I bought more jamon, more chorizo, more cheese, and just tried to ask her out.
In 6 years of blogging, Matt O'Donoghue has seen how influential his website can be. He remembers one instance when he posted a positive review for a little-known curry shop.
People read it and they went there, and I went back a couple of weeks later and the place was packed.
It's the kind of influence mainstream food writers like Rob Broadfield are used to.
What would you like?
We'll have the scallops.
Scallops?
And those fabulous tacos of yours.
And serve tacos, no problem.
Fantastic. You don't have to be a chef to be a good reviewer. You don't have to be a ballet dancer to review ballet. And, so it makes sense that. But I think you really have to be well informed about what you're doing if you're going to do it properly. And I think you have to, again, love it and know what you're talking about.
He's wary about the growing number of people jumping online to dabble in his line of work. One WA blogger even had the gall to call himself Rob Broadfield.
First I was amused, I think. And then I was frustrated for restaurants and chefs because there would be people who would read that, assume it's me, and the tripe that these people were writing, and just really bitter rubbish, that could actually affect their businesses. Smoky flavour, lovely texture. I mean, this is a really good little bar dish, this. I know restaurateurs hate them, and there's a couple of websites around Perth in particular, or around Australia, that are loathed by restaurateurs because they're just so random, they're so bitter, and they're so nasty.
You know, you've got to weigh up what kind of credentials they do have and should they be doing it, and is it a bit of fun? Because the fun, as an owner-operator, you invest a lot of money in a business and it can have a real bad impact.
Justin Bell is taking the bloggers seriously. Like all chefs, he knows a bad review, even one posted by a relative unknown, can seriously damage a business. Around Australia, some chefs are trying to shut bloggers out by banning photographs in their restaurants. But Justin Bell has taken a different tack, trusting his food to speak for itself and embracing the extra publicity a good online review can bring.
If you're good and if you think you're good and if you're trying to back yourself to do the right thing day in, day out, hopefully they can be your best walking, talking marketing tool.
I know with my friends, if we're picking somewhere to eat for dinner, everyone will go on Urban Spoon or get someone's link from a blog or something like that and go, oh, this is what they said about it, we should go there.
As more people turn to the internet to decide where to eat, it's clear the influence of food bloggers is only going to grow.
It's just like sitting around a table with all your friends, except now there's more people at table and you can talk about food more.
But despite their expanding reach, even the bloggers don't think it's time for mainstream food writers to throw in the napkin just yet.
Bloggers are definitely coming along in their, I guess, in their credibility and in the way people think about them as a place to get their information, but I think it'll be a little while yet before that sort of power balance shifts completely.
I suspect, having said all this, I'll be doing a blog in 5 years' time, because I think that's the way it's going. But it'll be a blog with transparency and a name to it, and it'll be a blog only in the sense that it's a digital product.